We're Claudia and Mark, and these are some of the places we like to wander. We're in Algonquin Park. See 'em wander the Track and Tower Trail. Each of the interpretive trails off the Highway 60 corridor has an accompanying trail guide that explores a different facet of Algonquin Park. The Track and Tower Trail looks into Algonquin's past. Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day.
So it's July 1st, and after about 4 days of rain, the weather's starting to clear finally. We're on the Track and Tower Trail in Algonquin Park. It's a nice walk along the little creek here. A little waterfall there.
Very beautiful. Look how that maple just growing out of the old one.
Oh yeah.
The importance of leaving fallen wood in the forest. Smells so good after a spring of a summer rain. Everything looks so lush.
Yeah, the colors have really popped with all
Really
that fresh rain.
And the ferns are just wonderful. Certainly a lot of tree roots to manipulate around.
Yeah, this is
It's a treacherous one.
definitely up and down, lots of tree roots.
Yeah. Really got to watch for your footing. Looks like it might be old.
Yeah.
It's all overgrown.
About a kilometer into the walk, we've gone through stands of hardwoods, past pretty little creeks and moss-covered rocks, and now come upon this quiet beaver meadow. It all looks so peaceful and natural, it's easy to think that Algonquin is a pristine wilderness, untouched by the hand of man. And yet, Algonquin was the scene of some of Canada's greatest engineering feats and industrial activity. Now, a few decades later, the forest has reclaimed the land. Cache Lake, once the center of activity for Algonquin, it was the location of park headquarters and the Highland Inn, where most of the tourists would come in the late 1800s and early 1900s. The easiest way for tourists to get to the park at that time was by rail. In the distance are the abandoned trestles of the Ottawa, Arnprior and Parry Sound Railway. Built by lumber baron J.R. Booth in 1895, it was a direct route from Ottawa through the park to Parry Sound. The dam at the outlet of Cache Lake into the Madawaska River was built to stabilize the lake level. This is a fairly modern structure dating from 1966. It was built to replace a previous concrete one built in the 1930s, which in turn had replaced an earlier wooden one built in the 1880s.
Outlet from Cache Lake through the dam and into the North Madawaska River. Pretty little waterfall here.
The sort of view you'd get from the Sky Mount Fire Tower. Built in 1922, 80 feet high, rangers would keep an eye out over Algonquin Park looking for forest fires. Dismantled in the 1950s when forest fire detection was taken over by aircraft. Overlooking Cache Lake, originally known as Lac Cache or Hidden Lake, it appears today much as it would have to Lieutenant Briscoe of the Royal Engineers, the first known European explorer to pass through these parts in 1826. Although it looks similar today, the area around Cache Lake has seen a tremendous amount of human activity over the years. First came the loggers to cut down the tall white pines, then came the railroad. The original park office was established on the north shore of Cache Lake, and in 1905 the Ontario government began offering shoreline lots for commercial and private cottage leases. The Highland Inn opened in 1908. The park office moved to the East Gate in 1959. The Highland Inn had burned in 1957. However, there are still 61 cottage leases, 1 youth camp, and 1 lodge on Cache Lake. Walking on the rail bed of the Ottawa, Arnprior and Parry Sound Railway. This is a completely man-made hill, the dirt having been blasted out of the surrounding hillsides. An amazing engineering feat, given the technology of the time. Human strength, pickaxes, shovels, with the use of horse-drawn scrapers, and of course the newly invented dynamite. Concrete abutment of the steel bridge over the Madawaska River. Built in 1899, it replaced an earlier wooden structure. The span was 110 meters or 360 feet from abutment to abutment, and the rails were 15 meters or 50 feet above the water. The trestle was dismantled in the 1940s. That's why I guess they called it Gem of the Woods initially. It's a pretty little lake.
Very.
like a canvas painting.
Oh. That is stunning.
At the end of the trail, everybody's walking sticks. The Track and Tower Trail, a 7.5 kilometer loop trail with a short out and back section. While the route does follow the old rail bed for a short section, most of the trail is through the woods, and it includes numerous steep ups and downs, including some staircases, a lot of muddy stream crossings, exposed rocks, and tree roots. So the trail definitely earns a difficult rating.